Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Mike's Sports Experience, where I interact with you guys in the chat. Give you an update on the game, up to the minute score, the quarter, the time that's left in the game, and I give you the play-by-play. So if you can't watch this on TV, it's like interactive radio, and I hope to be your alternative commentary for those of you that are watching this on ESPN. I have been so privileged to be that alternative commentary for many fight fans over the last 2 years, and now we're expanding into the big leagues, doing a lot of sports, continuing with the fights, but football, basketball, baseball, and tonight is the 100th ever meeting between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And First Last is in the house, and you are first. Good call, sir. How you doing tonight? I'm doing good, man. 100th meeting, like I said, between these two rivals. Pittsburgh Steelers have, it's an understatement to say that they've gotten the best of the Cincinnati Bengals for most of this rivalry. A gross understatement. But
I opened this business with
the Cincinnati Bengals have a special weapon tonight. Or should I say the Pittsburgh Steelers do not. Star quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger, is out for the remainder of the season. After having surgery on his elbow, it is expected that he may never return to the prime quarterback that he once was, but definitely looking better for Cincinnati Bengal fans right now. Not so good for Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Both of these teams coming into this 0-3. So we always like to say in the fight game, in the boxing game, a lot of times you say somebody's O must go, but it's not generally for somebody to get the first win of the season. But here we are. And already a few of you have tapped that thumbs up button. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Just a reminder, tomorrow, Fights with Friends becomes Mike's Sports Experience. We're going to have a show at 6 p.m. I'm going to do some special stuff, and we're going to have a trivia game like none other. I mean, First Last, anybody in here, buckle up, buckaroos, because it's coming hard. Yeah, Big Ben, Breeze, injuries suck. Man, there are a lot of injuries in the NFL this season, and then there's those that do it to themselves. So let's talk about that story. If anybody doesn't know who I'm talking about right now, we're going to go into that here in a minute, but this might be unprecedented. I don't know that this has ever happened in the NFL. Guys, Oakland Raiders Vontaze Burfict was just suspended for the entire season over a head-to-head hit without pay. Now, this guy regularly donates the majority of it, or a good portion of his salaries, to penalties for all kinds of illegal hits. So it's not like this is the first time that this guy has done it, but basically this guy is playing 1995 football in 2019. And the NFL is just not going to allow him to do that. So he's going to sit out with pay for the next 12 weeks. He will have a chance to challenge that. He has challenged things in the past, even though he has gotten many penalties in the past. Like I have mentioned, many suspensions. He has gotten them reduced in the past. So once this goes by the NFL Players Association, there is a chance that that will also get reduced. But as it is right now, he is suspended for the entire season. I don't think that's ever happened to anybody for something on the field. If somebody remembers something different, feel free to correct me. But Bengals win via last-second front flip touchdown. That would be crazy because the Pittsburgh Steelers have completely dominated this matchup. And they have completely dominated when on Monday Night Football. Since the 70s. I mean, the Pittsburgh Steelers, I got a few game notes for you here right now. The Steelers, of course, Big Ben is out for the season. Roosevelt Nix did not practice all week with a knee injury for the Steelers. He is also unlikely to see time. Vance McDaniel is questionable for today. Will not play much if he does. That in the words of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Pittsburgh is 25-5 all time on Monday Night Football. The Bengals, not so good throughout the years. They are 3-18 over the years on Monday Night Football on the road all time. They are 1-4 in Pittsburgh on Monday Night Football. Like I was saying, I think you throw a lot of those stats out because of Big Ben being out, and Pittsburgh, they're really hurting. You know, they are really hurting. And there's old Hank Williams Jr. If you're watching on ESPN, thank God they hired him back. I don't remember what it was that they even kicked him off to begin with, but somebody didn't like his political opinion. And, you know, F them. That's what freedom of speech is about. I'm not representing any party or anything like that, but if we're starting to kick people off of singing football songs because we don't agree with their opinion, it's not really the America I want to live in, or the world I want to live in for that matter. I know there's a lot of international people on here. So, but Pittsburgh Steelers, of course, I mean, these guys, you know, one of the most historic franchises in the history of the NFL. First team to have 4 rings, all with one quarterback, by the way. 49ers are 3-1. I will remind you. They lost yesterday. Oh, no, they were on bye. I'm talking about the Cowboys. You are right. 49ers are 3-0. I stand corrected. First last. Rams and the Cowboys both dropped their O last week. Maybe it was a good play. Good thing the Niners didn't play. Seemed to be a jinx of the undefeated teams. And you know what that means? My 3-1 Seattle Seahawks are playing the 3-1 St. Louis Rams, conference champions, on Thursday Night Football in just a few days. Bengals get the return. Pittsburgh decides to kick, and to the 22-yard line, this game is underway. Andy Dalton at the head here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 11-4 versus the Bengals, 8-7 versus the Raiders. He is just 3-12 versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. These are Andy Dalton's numbers when going against division rivals in the AFC North. And he will try to put one more on there and erase some of those bad memories from over the years. And first snap of the game, Dalton under center. He's going to hand it off to number 28, for the Cincinnati Bengals, and just a couple of yards. Bengals rushing yards, 41.7 yards per game. That's last in the NFL. Running back Mixon in here. They need to be mixing it up, but Mixon has struggled mightily to get the ball more than 10 yards at a time. And there's Mixon again, maybe about 2 yards. I don't think that was purposeful, but one of the Pittsburgh Steelers, as he was getting up, kind of, punched his fist into the helmet of him. Technically, that was a punch, but they have helmets on. Wasn't purposeful, so luckily nobody threw a flag. What's going on? Ordinary Pete in the house. What is up, my man? We're all on the eve. Tomorrow, Fights of Friends becomes Mike's Sports Experience, and I don't know if I'm going to have a logo in time. I've hired an artist, but he told me it's complicated. He's going to need more time. He's over in Bangladesh. Dalton back, and he is complete to number 85 for about 15 yards there. First down, Cincinnati Bengals. Now let's watch this. This offensive line gives him some time for once. Not a lot of time, but just enough that he can find number 85, Everett. Now Golden Tate, Ross the third, and Boyd are the wide receivers. Tight end is Uzama. Number 83, Boyd, on that reception, another 10, 11 yards and another first down for the Cincinnati Bengals. Yep, back shoulder. Thank you. I'm glad you like it, Ordinary Pete. Checking in. Be back in 30. Getting coffee. Is it Pete's coffee? I'm sure you never get that. All right. Cincinnati Bengals in Steelers territory on the 54-yard line. Dalton's going to hand it off to Mixon one more time. And Mixon, now that they're mixing it up, he gets about 6 yards here on first down. Let's look at this Steelers defense. Cameron Hayward, number 97. Javon Hargrave. T.J. Watt, Devin Bush, some of the standouts on this team. Minskoff, Fitzpatrick. They got a few killers in there. All right. Here is the snap. Dalton fakes the handoff, but he gets ran over by a steel train. And they were standing in line to get that sack. Let's watch the replay on that. Watch Devin Bush, number 55, run around the outside. And you got two Bengals on number 87, and nobody picks him up. Wow, that is an unexcusable failure by the Cincinnati Bengals offense. And for Dalton's health, hopefully it's not a sign of things to come. What's up, Mo Scream TV in the house? What's going on, man? Hope you're doing well. Dalton to number 28. Mixon a little over the top. And on 3rd and 14, Mixon looks like gets about 6 of it back, and they're going to have to punt. Peanut butter sandwich at Medfield, says First Last. And 4th down. And that big sack, they needed that. They weren't doing anything before that. And that's the kind of play that can turn a game around, turn the emotion around early in the game. 4th and 11, 10-10 left here in the first quarter. Cincinnati Bengals with the punt. And fair catch called by Pittsburgh about the 12-13 yard line. Dalton got twisted up during that sack. Woo. Yeah, I didn't see him land like crazy hard or anything, so hopefully he didn't injure himself. But Mo Scream, I know you guys lost yesterday, but hell of a game there. Cowboys and Saints, man, they were back and forth. That was a really fun game to watch. They're still 3-1 like my Seahawks, so I think they'll be just fine. Guys got the #1 rated quarterback in the nation over there. Go Chargers, go, says First Last. All right, and first commercial break already here. They got to make their money. They got to make their money, and we got to make our money over here. Guys, make sure you check out our sponsor, the Cash App. The Cash App, seriously, these guys are very beneficial to you. I didn't know I needed them until I needed them. It is so easy to send money to people now. You can just text it to them. At any time, if you want to try it out, just go on the Cash App, put in the name Fight Inc., Fight INC, and the amount of money you would like to send me to help out the show, and it will be magically put right into my bank account. No, but the Cash App, it's a great thing, and who doesn't want $5? You get $5, I get $5 when you use the code From Fights with Friends. They also have a ton of bonuses. Only debit card that I know of that has cash bonuses. You can get discounts at tons of different stores. I haven't tried that part out as much yet. But also you can buy cryptocurrency. Most places about 72 hours to buy cryptocurrency through the Cash App. You can buy it literally in seconds. Push of a button. And there's Mason Rudolph, 24 years old, the third round pick from Oklahoma State for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is his second career start. And Ben Roethlisberger had some advice for him. And his advice was use your voice, be vocal. And there's the reason they call him Big Ben. He is definitely a vocal leader. And he's going to hand it off the first play. And number 30 gets just a few yards here. Let's take a look at this offensive line. Alejandro Villanueva, Ramon Foster, the running back James Conner. You got wide receivers James Washington, Deontay Johnson, and Juju Schuster. Not Shyster, Schuster. Steelers notable inactives, as I talked about earlier, Roosevelt Nix, as well as Ben Roethlisberger, of course. And there is a fumble. The Steelers complete the pass, but the Bengals knock it out, and there's a fumble. The Cincinnati Bengals are saying it's their ball, and that's a turnover. Let's watch the replay on it. Number 16, Johnson, and number 59 just punches the ball out. Look at that beautiful play here from Vigil. And the knee is not down. That is a clear strip. And number 30 jumps on the ball, baits just like that. And wow. That's about as clean a strip as they come. Very nice. And the Bengals gonna have beautiful field position here. Talk about steak dinner. 15 yards out. Dalton throwing to the end zone. The number 19 overthrows his receiver. 2nd and 10. Big Ben's arm was wrapped up. Crazy. Yeah, that was a hell of a surgery that he had. I mean, he may not recover from that surgery. He may never be the same quarterback again. Golden Tate, a familiar face for Seahawks fans like me. I used to be a Seahawk over here, there in Cincinnati now, and Dalton connects with Tate for about 5-6 yards there. They would love to have A.J. Green in there for Cincinnati. He has not played this season. 7-time Pro Bowler. He's out with an ankle injury. And here we go. You see those terrible towels being waved here in Pittsburgh. They're trying to intimidate this Cincinnati Bengals offense. I don't think Dalton's having it. And Dalton back with the pass to the end zone, in and out of the hands of number 85, and he slaps the ground. Eifert, he should be slapping the ground. Somebody should slap him because he should have caught that ball. And Andy Dalton, he's given a death stare right now. Look at Eifert. Turns around, hits him right on the hands, and number 26, give him some credit for Pittsburgh, times it purposely, hits him right as the ball gets there. It was definitely a big part of Cincinnati not getting that catch. They will go for the field goal here, and it is good, and on the board is the Cincinnati Bengals. Damn, is this my chat for the taking? Jesus. What's going on, Billy Hughes in his house? What's going on, Billy? And I need to change the score here real quick because the Cincinnati Bengals are on the board. Are we going to get Billy in? You want to come in the commentary, Billy? And give you a call on the old messenger. All right, and it is break time. And the celebratory beer, a long day today. Thanking my boss. My boss came in and helped me out. It's a tough day. Really cool of her. Anyways, pop yourself maybe an alcoholic beverage or whatever it is you enjoy. I have not tried this, so this is going to be a bit of a beer review as well. It's a sweet and roasty cream stout by those great brewers over at Samuel Adams. I'm a big fan of the Samuel Adams Boston Lager. I have not tried the cream stout. It's something new. Oh, and it is definitely a stout beer. As you can see, that is a very dark beer. You're not seeing through that beer. That beer will grow hair on your chest. Let's check this out. Oh, that is a very hearty beer. That's pretty good. I would compare it, if anybody's had Mac and Jacks, I'd say it's similar to Mac and Jacks. Well, that's a thick beer. That's not one you're gonna sit there and drink 6 on the back porch. This is a meal beer, for sure, but tasty nonetheless. Waiting for my grub. Then when I get home, I can. Nice. All right. All right. And speaking of grub, Billy, you didn't even have to leave the house. You could have hit up Grubhub, $12 off your first order of $20 or more with our code, with the Mike Sports Experience code. Grubhub, they got your back. $12 off of $20. Like I said, if you like Domino's, if you like Pizza Hut, they deliver beer. They have beer at their restaurant now for delivery. Your Grubhub guys are instructed by me personally to bring you alcohol to your house from wherever you want. All right, and the Bengals on defense. Pittsburgh with the ball, pass over the middle. And that's going to be to Smith-Schuster, number 19. And that's going to be about 6 yards, looking at about a 2nd and 4. Oh, closer to about 8 yards. 8.5. This is second and 1. Receivers for the Steelers, Johnson, Washington. And they're going to run it. And they get about 3 yards, and that's a first down. Number 30, Connor, runs it right over the Cincinnati Bengals defense. What's going on, Harold Fifth? Didn't know stout was dark. I believe most stouts are dark. Yes. It is very tasty, though. It has nothing to do with the amount of alcohol in a beer, though. A lot of people think that a darker beer has more alcohol, or a stronger tasting beer has more alcohol. Really doesn't have a whole lot to do with it. And number 38, going to take the run. Samuels here for Pittsburgh, just about 2 yards. Bengals defense, Geno Atkins and Sam Hubbard. Defensive tackle and defensive end up front. Big talents, of course, linebackers Nick Vigil and Jesse Bates, the safety. Kind of your noticeable players from the Bengals. Oh, and a pitch to number 30, and he's going to get a first down on 2nd and 5. He picks up about 7. Great play. Just a pitch backwards to Connor. Let's watch this. Whoop. From Samuels to Connor. Beautiful play. The offensive line gives him just enough of a hole, and there's the first down. Steelers looking to get on the board at midfield, and they're going to run it right there in just about 2 yards. YouTube running ads on yo sheet about sheet and not paying nothing. They don't pay a whole lot, but they'll pay something. I get a little bit when they run the ads. Imagine if Steelers make playoffs. Christmas comes early for Rudolph in Pittsburgh. Randy Fichtner on the sideline there for Pittsburgh. Man, you just got used to seeing Bill Cowher on that sideline forever. Number 18. Wow, he takes off. Johnson, the receiver here on the handoff, he picks up about 12 on the first down. What's going on, 7 in the house? We are doing good, man. First down for the Steelers here. Iconic matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and Pittsburgh Steelers. This has been quite the rivalry for a long time in the AFC North. Steelers usually getting the best of it. Bengals stop the Steelers on that one there. Going to be 3rd and 1. But, of course, Pittsburgh Steelers without their leader, Big Ben Roethlisberger, for the entire season. So Cincinnati is going to have a really good chance of coming into Pittsburgh and taking the win. 3rd down conversions for the Steelers, just 11% this year. It's actually Mike's sports experience. And 4th and 1, the Steelers are going to go for it. And the Steelers call a timeout. They had 3rd and 1 up there still, and I called 3rd and 1. It's actually 4th down. 4th and 1. I think they might have just put everybody on the line to see if they could draw someone. It's a bit early to waste timeout in this. I guess 4:06 left in the first. So I'm not sure if that was the reasoning behind that or if they were actually planning to go for it. Maybe they seen something they didn't like. But we'll see if they change their mind. If they go for the punt, they got a chance of pinning Cincinnati deep. But 4th and 1, 4:06 left in the first. It looks like the Steelers are going to go for it. There's Mike Tomlin, the Steelers head coach, on the sidelines. And here we go. The handoff. And Cincinnati stops them. That is a turnover. Number 40, Wilson, spins Connor around for a loss. Wow. Beautiful tackle right around the waist. That's a takedown that would make Khabib Nurmagomedov proud. Bengals, I think, will win 29-20, says First Last. We will see. A lot of people picking the Bengals on this one. Everybody, if you haven't already, make sure and hit that like button. I think everybody's subscribed in here. If there's anybody that's new that hasn't subscribed, or one of you guys have just for whatever reason never subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to ring that bell so you're notified whenever I go live or drop a new video. And tomorrow, Fights with Friends becomes Mike's Sports Experience. Show at 6 p.m. making the changeover, and there is going to be I'm going to wear something a little different. A little surprise there. And there's going to be a trivia game like you guys have not ever seen. Or at least I'm going to do my part with the questions. I guess I can't guarantee the rest. But, it is amazing how well experience does that, just that buzzword on the YouTube algorithm. Just go to YouTube, type in experience, and filter by channel. And there's been very few channels that have even used the word. Almost everybody who has been ridiculously successful. So, I mean, if that's what the algorithm's likes, we can have an experience. Trivia tonight, First Last. Let's go. Let's go from a 3 real quick. Everybody refresh your browsers. And 3, 2, 1. Who was the first NFL quarterback to have 4 Super Bowl rings in his career? First NFL quarterback to have 4 Super Bowl rings in the span of his career. It is not Billy with the wrong answer. Wow, I didn't know that ever happened. It is not Montana. No. 7, you are right. It is Terry Bradshaw. What's up, Lone Wolf in the house? But 7 gets that one. All right, Cincinnati Bengals, 1st and 10 on the 42-yard line. Snap from Dalton, fakes the handoff, throws it over the top to the running back, Mixon. But Mixon not really getting much there, maybe a yard. Was not Broadway Joe, but that is a good guess, comedic genius. Devin Bush, the 10th overall pick in the 2019 draft out of Michigan. He has already looked impressive in the league in just 4 games. Dalton back, Steelers coming forward. Great defensive play from number 28, and he looks. Number Hilton, he looks at those referees. It kind of looked like he was staring down the referees like, try to flag that. Perfect play. If anything, the receiver actually put his hand inside the helmet of Hilton. That's as clean as they come. 3rd and 11 for the Cincinnati Bengals. 1 running back, 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers in this formation. 3 minutes and 27 seconds left here in the first quarter. What does Andy Dalton do? And this crowd is going insane. 42-yard line on their side of the field. The Bengals, Dalton back. Steelers defense coming forward, hits Dalton, but he gets it off, and it's picked, but number 23 drops it. He had it, Cameron Hayward. That dropped in his lap. Or in the breadbasket, I should say. Jumps the route, but it matters for field position, but in a way it doesn't really matter because they're going to get the ball back now. Still a great play by Cameron Hayward. And the Bengals are going to have to punt again, a high punt. Down to about the 12-yard. Oh, and this is going to bounce into the end zone. Smart move by the Pittsburgh Steelers. They started calling for the fair catch about the 12. And then I think realized that that ball was going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. And there we go. Pittsburgh will have a little more room to throw. And who's looking forward to, I know it's not football, who's looking forward to the new Joker movie coming out? I know a lot of people are, and I know there's some people that aren't. There's some people, including young David, that believes that Joker's story shouldn't be told because there is no story, and that's the beauty of Joker. Steelers are awful this year. I feel like we're a 5-1 team this year. You might be, and I mean, I know it's no consolation, but should be a decent draft in several different ways, especially for defensive ends this year. Yeah, why is Joker 57 years old? I have no idea. Yeah, that is weird, but I kind of feel like if they were going to do this this origin story, that they should have done this, back in the day with Jack Nicholson. That was the Joker, man. To me, well, Jack Nicholson, he was very good, or Jack Nicholson, he was very good, but maybe he wasn't the best. Dark Knight, I mean, that was absolutely incredible. One of my favorite movies, by the way. What's everybody drinking tonight? Mark Hamill's the best Joker, says Damon Stout. Why can't I think of the name of the gentleman that played Joker in The Dark Knight? As one of the best versions of Joker, one of the best roles on screen probably ever. And the guy died right afterwards. Heath Ledger. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name. Thank you, Comedic Genius. Steelers 0-5 after tonight's first. Well, it'll be 0-4. But Jalen Samuels pushes the entire line for about 3 yards here. Thank you, Damon Stout. I need to get my refill on my Alpha Brain. I actually do. I actually ran out of Alpha Brain a couple days ago. I might have to go to the store and buy some before tomorrow's show. So I might not have enough time to order it. Pitch to number 30. Or excuse me, number 38. Samuels once again for about 5 yards. That's enough for a first down for the Pittsburgh Steelers with 2:25 left in the first quarter. And let's throw another question out here real quick, like after this play. 37 yards receiving. so far for the Steelers, 41 rushing. 2 minutes left in the first. And number 30, not much going on there. And a flag on the play. Bill Vinovic, 11th season as an NFL referee. Legal use of the hands, number 99, Andrew Billings. Let's see if we can see the penalty here. Well, he's stiff-arming a lot. I mean, he's pretty aggressive. But it is football too, right? I think that was okay in 95. I guess it's not okay now. All right, Pittsburgh Steelers 1st and 10 here. And we'll go one more play before the trivia question, I guess. Oh, and up in the air all the way across the field. Number 80 stretches it out. Holton did everything he could to catch that ball, and there's a flag in. And if this is pass interference, this is going to be a big call. Pass interference on the offense, number 80, going to be a 10-yard penalty. Let's watch it here, Holton. Number 27's on him. He's up in the air. He does put his hand on the back of 27 for a second, but that is a ticky-tacky foul. These referees have got to get this under control. And they're challenging the call. And Tomlin he is absolutely pissed. So we'll see if the referees are going to turn this over, because basically they're going to have to admit that they made a stupid BS call here. I hope this gets overturned. I'm not going to hold my breath. Can't stay to hang out, but how them Saints. What's up, beginner trading? That was a great game last night, man. Yeah, I think that's a crap call. But yeah, that was an incredible game. We watched that game together last night. Went down to the wire. And question number 2 of the night. Give you guys just a second. A 3 count to refresh your browsers. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I'm in agreement with him too, 7. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won Super Bowl victory against the Oakland Raiders. Who was the coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that year? Oh, that sucks, man. Yeah, it's that season. Chucky. John Dryden, Warren Sapp. First, last, there it is. You are right. It is John Gruden. Did your thing autocorrect you to Dryden? Looked like maybe you had it the first time. I hate autocorrect. I take it off of my phone. And I don't have that crap on my computer. But, all right, first last gets the second one of the night here. And the commentators agree with me. All of them are saying they don't believe it's offensive pass interference either. And I'm glad to see Mike Tomlin challenging these judges. Of course, the ruling on the field stands. The crowd's going to boo here. I don't know what the NFL needs to do with all the flags being thrown this year, but I almost feel like you need to start finding some of these referees. You have to find some way to hold these guys accountable. I knew that they were not going to overturn that call because they're not going to go against themselves on a judgment call, I don't believe. 1st and 20. Back fakes the pass. And a little flick to number 88. Oh, and he's going to get about 17 yards. That's going to be 2nd and short. Great job moving around here for number 2. Mason Rudolph, 2nd and 9, excuse me. They spotted the, I think they had that yellow line off. But so about 11 yards. Mason Rudolph back. And he picks up corner number 30. And that's going to be a first down and more and about 7 more. 1st and 10. And sometimes karma has a way of finding its way into these NFL games seemingly. Especially with bad calls. And everybody's in agreement that that was a bad call, I believe, except for those referees. And Connor easily getting the first down here. 25 seconds left in the first quarter. 1st and 10. Bengals 3-0. Steelers trying to put their first points on the board. They are at the 46-yard line. Fakes the handoff. There's number 38 and runs it. It's about 5-6 yards here. That's going to be Samuels. They bring Samuels, one of the running backs, in the quarterback position. He fakes the handoff, runs it himself, comes up with about 6. That's an old college style play, the Wildcat. And the first quarter is over. We're going to switch over to the second quarter. But guys, first I got to say, it is flu season and on it. Shroom Tech Immune, all kinds of great, good bacterias for your body. Echinacea. Vitamin C, a powerful, potent, packed supplement to keep that bacteria, keep that flu away this season, and not allow your pharmacist to stab you in the shoulder with one of those flu shots that, for some reason, I always coincidentally get sick right after getting it, so I don't get them anymore. Of course, that's just my imagination. But onit.com/fights with friends, as always. Anytime you're putting in onit.com, if you guys want to show me the love, please, just think of backhanding me. Put that / after the .com and throw the fights with friends in there. And a few more commercials here. And time for another trivia question real quick. We can get a lot of them in with commercials in the NFL. Everybody refresh your browser. Sorry, I didn't realize I left the logo on there that long. But 3, 2, 1. What's up, Adam from Allen? Oh, I didn't. You're right. Chucky is Gruden. Why did I not pick up on that? That's a big fail on my part. All right, question number 3. We're going to go with another coach. Who was the coach for the Seattle Seahawks during their first Super Bowl. Seattle Seahawks' first Super Bowl was against these Pittsburgh Steelers. Who was the coach for that game for the Seattle Seahawks? Also coached the Green Bay Packers. And the handoff to Connor, maybe a yard. It was not Pete Carroll yet, first last. He was the coach during their first Super Bowl victory. I'm sorry, Adam from Allen already has it right there. It is Holmgren. You are right, Mike Holmgren. He is still popular here in Seattle, bringing us to our first Super Bowl. What's up, Damon Stout? Thank you. All right. Rudolph back, and he throws it to absolutely nobody on 3rd and 4, and that's going to be 4th and 4 for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they're going to have to punt. Yep, good old Matt Hasselbeck and Sean Alexander. Twinkle toes. Hasselbeck was kind of underrated, actually. And breaking news, I talked about this earlier, but Vontaze Burfict for the Oakland Raiders, he has missed 10 career games to suspension during his career. He had another helmet-to-helmet hit this last week. He has been suspended tentatively following a challenge for the entire remainder of the season without pay. I don't believe that has ever happened for an on-field incident. I could be wrong, but basically he's been playing football, I said earlier, like it's 1995. And you can't play that John Lynch style football anymore. I'm a Steelers fan with the Madden games. Seahawks with Hasselbeck and Sean Alexander were unstoppable. Yeah, they were. I was playing NFL 2K about that time. I played NFL 2K for as long as they had it. Madden pisses me off. All right, Bengals with the ball. I might have to get it now, though, just because there's no other option. Dalton with the handoff to Mixon, and talk about a steel curtain. He runs into a wall. Bush knocks him back a couple of yards. He is going absolutely nowhere. Not the first time a Bush stopped Mixon. Devin Bush, 4 tackles and a sack already tonight. 2nd and 10 for the Cincinnati Bengals from the 10-yard line. Dalton back over the middle, and that's going to be incomplete for Eifert. Good coverage on the play by Pittsburgh. 3rd and 10. And if the Cincinnati Bengals can't come up with the first down here, they're going to be punting out of their end zone. Just get NBA 2K20. Madden pisses me off too. Well, see, Madden had bought the rights to the NFL through 2020, and then I believe I was like, oh, this is going to be, at least in 2020 I'll get it. Or they bought it for 20 years, and then they bought more. I believe in like 95, 96. No. It was after that. They bought the rights through 2020. But then I think they ended up buying it for longer. And 3 and out again for the Cincinnati Bengals, and they're going to be punting from the end zone here on 4th and 10. A sad display here by the Cincinnati Bengals offense. In the second quarter, I need to change that. And a penalty on the play. False start on the Bengals, number 55, Leroy Reynolds, and that is going to put him back even further. Now Hubert risks a safety punting. I mean, he's going to have very little room in the back of the end zone here. 4th and 15. Bengals are punting. This has got to be a perfect snap. A lot of pressure on the snapper right now, too. Bengals right up on the line. Oh, and they were close to blocking that punt. Steelers going to call the fair catch, and they're going to start on the 46-yard line. Wow, that is an incredible place to start. Watt, number 90, with the fair catch there, and I mean they're practically within field goal range. I mean, it'd be a 63-yard field goal, but we'll see what Pittsburgh can do with this great field position. They have not been able to do anything as of yet. When EA Madden has this through. Did you guys might have just gotten a slowdown on the stream. It said OBS. Yeah, it said OBS was interrupted, and now stream is continuing. I see more people popping in. So thanks for not going anywhere. Someone calling says, comedian, nope. Speaking of horrible teams like my Steelers, the Dolphins look like they're about to have a defeated season, 0-16. They may be. Damon Stout, they are absolutely horrible. The EA Madden exclusive license. EA, I'm trying to figure it out. Not even getting a clear answer. I'm seeing a lot of articles saying it's time for 2K Sports to return to football. Does anybody else have big issues now with getting the results that we used to from Google? Because I do. All right, I can't even get an answer. Google's just become garbage. It's become ads and the things that they want you to see. It's interesting. The search engines started out not that good. Then they ended up, you could find things real quick. People would say just Google it, or now nothing. Fakes the handoff to to Connor. Mixon's for the Bengals. To Connor, and then Connor goes forward, catches the pass for about 6 yards. Here, it'll be 2nd and 4. Well, whether you're right or left, why would you not want me to know when EA ends their exclusive license? I mean, we literally just can't find answers to basic things anymore. 2nd and 2 here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm getting off track here. 42-yard line. Oh, Rudolph to Connor once again or Samuels this time on the pass. But again, Rudolph finds one of these running backs on reception, an easy first down. All right, 1st and 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers with great field position. 12:05 left here in the second quarter. 2 running backs, a tight end, and a wide receiver running on this one. Samuels comes in as the QB again fakes the handoff. Runs that wild card, and Rudolph will come back in here. That's about 4 yards there, maybe on the run. Mason Rudolph tonight, actually 9 for 10, but just 69 yards. Oh, and a reception here for number 38, Samuels, on 2nd and 7. He gets about 5 yards there, looking like about 3rd and 2 or 3. All right, and here we go. Mason on 3rd and 2, a pass over the middle for Carter, and that's a touchdown. Beautiful play to the running back, 21-yard TD reception, number 30, James Conner. And here come the terrible towels. Who's got him on our fantasy league, by the way? Anybody in here playing right now? I'm trying to see who oh, somebody does have them. I was going to try and pick them up. Steelers scoring drive, 5 plays, just 46 yards. That's all they needed. And the extra point is good. And James Conner with the 21-yard reception. Mason to Conner, 7-3 Steelers. And another commercial. I think we got to throw out another trivia question. Everybody refresh your browsers. What's up? Just in time, Ordinary Pete. Extraordinary Pete. And 3, 2, 1. We're going to go to the world of boxing. Recently, Deontay Wilder said during the build-up for his fight, this is the only sport where you can kill a man and get paid for it. And after that, he blasted this heavyweight contender into oblivion. I mean, he hit him with a tremendous shot. What was Deontay Wilder's last victory? Deontay Wilder, of course, still trying to make that rematch with Luis Ortiz. There was an injury somewhere in there that delayed that fight. I don't know that that fight's going to happen. It may just end up being Tyson Fury. And now we're giving people time to Google it, so I'll have to give the answer out here. But he says, there it is, Adam from Allen. You are right. It is Dominique Brazil. Adam from Allen on the board. 3 questions in, 7 first, last, and Adam from Allen in a 3-way tie. This is no Google. Well, Google might not even help you right now. Google's so poor, I can't even find what I'm looking for. All right, and the Bengals, number 12, bringing it out of the end zone on the punt return to the 25. Ask Jeeves, people. Is that thing still around? I thought Google like took out all the competitors and then just said, yeah, we don't have to run a search engine anymore. We can just sell ads. How's the game been? I've been on the road. 7-3, Steelers just scored, so it is competitive between these two 0-3 teams on Monday Night Football. 1st and 10 for the Cincinnati Bengals on the 25-yard line. 10:27 left here in the second quarter. Handoff to Mixon, and he runs through the line for 10 yards. He didn't even need an offensive line on that. He was his offensive line. Just straight north-south. Oh, and number 83. Great block there, actually. Even though Mixon took on 3 defenders, he did have a great block there. It's just called ask.com now. See, I think I seen something like that, and it seemed like a virus. Andy Dalton back, and he's going to throw it to absolutely nobody. 3rd and 1. I mean, does anybody know, seriously, is there a decent search engine out there anymore? Because I'm completely frustrated with Google. I got to comment on one of Young Jamie's YouTube videos. Bing is here in Seattle, but what I heard from Young David was telling me that they mostly use Google's results, I believe. And 3rd and 1, he gets 1.5 yards here. Dalton on the quarterback sneak. Yeah, I'm going to try Bing.com. I am here in Seattle, so I mean, maybe we should support it. DuckDuckGo sounds legit. Well, DuckDuckGo, that's actually a really popular search engine now. Dalton fakes the handoff. Beautiful catch. Pass over the middle for the first down. Amazing catch there for John Ross. Extends the body out. Blitz coming for Dalton. Mixon fakes the handoff beautifully. One-hand catch. And Cincinnati Bengals are at the halfway down the field. 50-yard line. Boyd, Ross, Tate, and Mixon all in. Sample at tight end. Mixon going to run it again. And he's going to pick up about another 6 yards. Mixon. He is running through. He is running the wheels off this train. And Andy Dalton, that's the only stat he'll ever probably have over Boomer Esiason, as he's now started most starts by a Bengals quarterback, moved into second with 124. Boomer Esiason was actually a really good quarterback, though. Andy Dalton's like, yeah, he's like just good enough to be in the league. I wouldn't want to trade for him if it was my team. Dalton fakes the handoff over the middle to number 83 to Boyd. Just as I say that, Andy Dalton starts heating up. Beautiful pass, 7:40 left here in the second quarter. Yeah, DuckDuckGo is like completely private. They don't share their search engine results. So comedic genius would be like 40 times less likely to go to prison. Never actually thought of it, Ordinary Pete. But all right, Dalton back with the handoff this time to Mixon. Maybe a yard or two. This is going to be second and around 8.5, 9. 7 minutes left in the second quarter. Pittsburgh Steelers 7, the Cincinnati Bengals 3. So going to be second and 8 here. And somebody mentioned to me the other day that some people could be listening to this on audio or YouTube Premium, so I should shout the score out during the game. So I definitely will. Dalton back and a completion to number 11. So he's out of bounds. A first down for about 12 yards. Number 11, Ross, once again. He has been automatic tonight. John Ross III, 9th overall pick in 2017 NFL draft out of the University of Washington, right here in Seattle. Bengals current drive, 8 plays, 57 yards, 4.5 minutes. What is going on, Captain Buzzkill? Yeah, it is the last show as Fights of Friends. You are correct, Captain Buzzkill. Last fight show was on Saturday. And then this is, officially the last show as Fights of Friends. If we get the name change over in time, I'm waiting on my logo I ordered. There's an artist, and I'm not making this up. It's an artist working on my logo in Bangladesh. Because that's just my budget. Is Bangladesh artists on Fiverr. So I may end up making my own logo. We'll see. If there's any graphic design artists out there right now, I'm running out of time. Please let me know. Tomorrow's the big day. Bringing it here tomorrow. All right, Captain Buzzkill. Yeah, and there will be a trivia game. It's going to be a crazy trivia game. That's all I'm going to say. 7-3 Cincinnati Bengals. And wear something a little different. Oh, wow! Pittsburgh Steelers, that's a fumble! The sack, the fumble, the Steelers have it on the 30-yard line. What a play from Watt. Let's watch the replay on that. Number 48, Bud Dupree, smacks the ball away, and it's number 90, Watt, that falls on it. And beautiful field position here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, they cooked that steak rare and bloody, just like I like it. That is ready to go. All right, guys. I'm going to try Bing and see if I can figure out EA Madden's exclusive license. Somebody just said it doesn't matter because EA keeps renewing it. But everything I'm getting is from like Reddit and... and people's blogs about going back in time to stop the EA's exclusivity deal. I don't know. Anyways, maybe I'll have to get Madden. Tomorrow's when it becomes action snacks and... All right, guys, let's throw a trivia question out here while we're all waiting for these NFL commercials. And 3, 2, 1. Let's go back, way back in time. This former UFC light heavyweight champion won probably the biggest field Grand Prix in Pride 2005. Who was Pride's 2005 light heavyweight Grand Prix winner? Would go on to become a UFC champion. And comedic genius, he's got it. It is Shogun Rua. Shogun Rua won it, and believe it or not, Vanderlei Silva never won a UFC championship. He came in a little late in his career. And the handoff to Connor, about 4 yards here. Great field position here for the Steelers after the sack and the fumble. I think you said he was on the McDonald's Wi-Fi, didn't you, Comedic? He got that one, though. Juju Smith-Schuster, number 19. Running, and they're going to go back to the running back here again, though. I think he might be the top receiver in this game. Rudolph to Connor once again. That's a first down. 5 minutes left here in the half. Steelers on the 40-yard line here. And he stops for a minute, an audible at the line. I wonder if they decided they didn't need to go so fast. Now he's looking like he's really taking his time, wiping his hands off. Rudolph over the middle to number 18. Johnson for about an 8-yard reception. And 4:20 left here in the half. Steelers up 7-3, 2nd and 3 for the Steelers. Mason Rudolph tonight, 13 for 14, 110 yards and a touchdown, taking over duties for Big Ben Roethlisberger. Crappy McDonald's. Do you have the McDonald's app, Comedic Genius? Do you like buy a double cheeseburger and then you get a free 10 minutes on the Wi-Fi? You're not actually eating at McDonald's, I hope. Because that's food poisoning in a bag. All right, here we go. 2nd and 3. Rudolph back, getting a ton of time. To the side to number 38, Samuels, who runs about 13, 14 yards. And that was some really sloppy defense there by the Cincinnati Bengals. Cannot get to the quarterback with a ton of time. Cannot guard a receiver. Number 38, Samuels, wide open. Cincinnati Bengals asleep at the wheel on defense there. And 1st and 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers at the 53. Oh, and we're going to run through the middle, Connor. Oh, it was Samuels this time. Excuse me, number 38 for about 13 yards. Damon Stout, Jesus. Oh, stop free Wi-Fi on your... I didn't read the first comment. I thought you meant all the junkies hung out here in my chat room. Gotcha. 1 running back, 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers in this formation. Rudolph back, picks it up to Juju Smith-Schuster. Gets about 8 yards out of that one. Junkies hang out at Walmart. MMA are not in the house. What's up, man? It is a good day, good beer, good friends. And this gets my seal of approval. I'm going to give this, I'm pretty tough on beer. I'm going to give this about a 3.8 out of 5. Samuel Adams Cream Stout, but for the price, very good. Number 30, Connor. He is just running all over these Cincinnati Bengals. He is owning this team. About another 12-yard run there. And I don't know if the Cincinnati Bengals can stop Connor right now. Let's watch the replay on this play. Runs to the left. He's got a blocker, but it's way ahead of him. He didn't even really use the blocker. Duff. Is Duff beer actually a beer? If it's not, it needs to be. It needs to be. Yeah, I'm going to say a 3.8. That's good. Like I said, I'm pretty tough. You got to leave some room for the really good IPAs. I had one I wanted to bring down tonight, but it was like an 8.2, and I didn't know if I was going to be wanting to stream with that. Had a Duff Beer at Universal Studios. It was probably like $15, and it was probably a Keystone beer with a Duff sticker over it. It's okay, but it's not real. It's kind of like stout. Duff's Beer Novelty Energy Drinks one time. Very nice. 14 and yes, says Mayor Nada. Oh. All right, let's throw another trivia question out while we're all waiting. And 3, 2, 1. This NBA team left its home state after selling out to an ownership team from Oklahoma around 2009. They have not gotten a basketball team back since then. Oh, it's not the Jazz. They have one. Adam from Allen. Yes, it is my Sonics. And I haven't watched much basketball since. Mo Scream had it Supersonics right behind Adam, but Adam from Allen just a little quicker. I mean, they're rumored to come back now that we're getting a hockey team, but I don't know. There's a lot of rumors. I might be more excited that we're getting an XFL team. I can actually afford to go see a game. Ordinary Pete, Sean Kemp is such a great guy. I've met him twice, actually. Once I just ran into him randomly at a McDonald's. Comedic Genius was not using the Wi-Fi then. Fakes the handoff, gets it to number 19 on the outside. Cincinnati shuts that down quickly, though. Maybe a yard on the play. Yeah, that was an awesome team, man. Well, dude, he's 7 feet tall. Yeah, he makes you feel like a child. They called him the man-child, and yeah, I felt like a child. Felt that pain, but in hockey was an Atlanta Thrasher fan. Nice. And speaking of hockey, the hockey season's opening up soon. For us MMA fans that have that $5 a month ESPN Plus app, they're going to have ESPN, they're going to have NHL hockey on ESPN Plus. Wow, and the Monday Night Football halftime show is actually featuring Snoop Dogg. I might pay attention. Yeah, Detlef Shrimp was awesome. Most Scream TV. Sam Perkins, Hersey Hawkins. Yeah, those were like the glory days, man. That was when I was in high school. I loved watching that team. 2nd and 12 for Pittsburgh. Down the middle to number 18. And he's going to pick up about 8-9 yards here. Minute 48 left in the second. Steelers up 7-3, threatening to score. Liking the score. Person I'm going against in my pay football, fantasy football league has the Steelers QB going. Well, hopefully for you, he has Ben Roethlisberger. Wouldn't that be awesome? Joker movie on Friday. Going to be good. I need to go to that. I still haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I've been having a hard time making it to the theaters recently. Who would have thought Mason Rudolph today, though? 17 for 18, 133 yards for a touchdown. 55 of those yards to James Conner, the running back, and the touchdown receiving for him. And Mason hands it off to Samuels this time. Samuels going to get shut down. Cincinnati, maybe a little vigil gets the stop. Maybe a little bit of over-celebrating for that point in the field. But maybe not, because that's going to force Pittsburgh most likely to kick a field goal. Steelers are 0-3, man. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with Joker. I know some people say that they shouldn't make the Joker movie because he has no origin. Young David's one of them included, but I don't care if they should or shouldn't make it. I'm definitely going to watch it. Does he do meth in it? That would be crazy. Probably screws something up in his brain or something. Has a bad trip. Steelers are 0-3. MMA now. Yep. Yeah, it is a bad year. All right. 1 minute, 1 second left here in the half. 4th and 7. Chris Boswell going to come out to kick the field goal. He's 22 for 22. Versus the Bengals in his career, 4 for 4 in the playoffs. I have not Most Scream TV. My drug partaking has basically consisted of beer and more beer. All right, 29-yard attempt. It is up and it is good. And the Pittsburgh Steelers up a football field now, 10-3. And for those that haven't heard yet, Vontaze Burfict has been suspended for the remainder of the season after a helmet-to-helmet hit against the Indianapolis Colts this last Sunday. I believe he is the first player ever to be suspended for the rest of the season for something that happened on the field, at least with that many games. Yes, but another fell like a batch in the 89 movie. Not me either. Then mushrooms or that Joe Rogan. Mine is that good old Mary Jane. Yeah, Joe Rogan, listening to him talk about it kind of makes you want to try it. But I'm afraid, I'm afraid of something like that, to be honest. I'm not afraid of a lot of things, but I don't like to lose control. And I'd be afraid I'd have a bad trip or something. Dark Knight, you can kind of tell Joker was a veteran that was MIA. I didn't pick up on that. Watched it a few times, but during the march before the hit, right? My luck, I'll have a bad trip and be like the water boy for the rest of my life. Yeah, that's a real worry for me, Mo Scream. All right, Dalton back with the pass over the middle and a first down to number 19, Golden Tate, former Seahawk. Yeah, and if schizophrenia runs in your family, which my brother is actually schizophrenic. Oh, and the Steelers shut it down. Huge sack here on second down. Wow, and that might end the half. Number 90, Watt. He jumped on the fumble earlier. Now he gets a big sack back to 2nd and 18. Looks like the Bengals are going to try to get another playoff. 15 seconds left in the half. Dalton back. He's going to get it to number 26. Gets a few blocks to the 40. 8 seconds left. We'll see if they call a timeout. And Bernard with the catch, but they will not call a timeout, so I'm not sure what the point of running that play was. Bengals taking the chance of turning the ball over and then not saving the clock, but there we go. It is a halftime. Pittsburgh Steelers 10, Cincinnati Bengals 3. Leto was whack AF. I thought he did a great job as Joker, though. Who's they, though, Captain Buzzkill? Like 5 people? So people need to start realizing these, and this is not a political party or anything like this. This is not a political place. I don't get into politics. But we need to stop letting children destroy our entertainment for us. A few people get on Twitter and say they're offended by something. Then a couple journalists pick up on it and write a couple story. You got 5 people mad about Dave Chappelle's comedy special, and the whole rest of the country loves it. And they're talking about canceling him. I'm sorry, people got to stand up. Stand up for entertainment. Don't stand up for any politician, but stand up for entertainment. Stand up for us to say, what we deserve to say. Freedom of speech. All right, Andy Dalton, 10 of 17, just 99 yards at the half. Who would have thought Rudolph would have been outplaying him at the half? 17 for 18. 138 yards. Tats and all were his idea. Nice. Not surprising. Leto should have stopped or started doing more. I thought he did a great job, though. That's one of my favorite performances. Critics hated and everyone loved it. Well, how I pick up my movies anymore, for the most part, Ordinary Pete, is I start from the bottom. So whatever the critics, go to Rotten Tomatoes, and anything that's a 0, I figure I'm going to love it. If it's above a 50, I'm probably not going to waste my time. Back and better than ever. Nice. The Gotti movie, that John Travolta played John Gotti. I actually took my daughter to that. She's 17 years old. She wanted, to know the history of John Gotti. That movie was widely criticized. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 0. We loved it. I thought it was a great movie. It was very historical. And, I was growing up during that time as a kid when John Gotti was busted and in jail. I remember Sammy the Bull snitching him out. I remember all, the hearings, the court hearings on television. And that was a huge thing, and that movie was very historical. I thought John Travolta, I thought he hit John Gotti. I thought he nailed it. Not only did he make you believe that he was John Gotti, he made you love John Gotti. Which is what a good actor does. We all know where there's been a censorship of freedoms of speech. Listen, guys, never been a president who hasn't done something shady. Oh, you are absolutely correct on that, MMA or not. Yep. Absolutely. They don't change our life a whole lot. I think at this point it's a little more of a figurehead. But I'm letting myself get away a little bit too much into the political. I think we better go with a trivia question here. Everybody refresh your browsers. And 3, 2, 1. And I apologize for those that are trying to stay away from the politics. I really do try to stay away from it. That was more probably than I even needed to say right there. But next trivia question right now. This quarterback recently, this was about 2 years ago. This was about 2 years ago. Actually, I better not do that one now that I just talked about that. I apologize. This running back, only running back in the league that is actually close to passing Barry Sanders for third on the list. He's an active running back. Played most of his years with the San Francisco 49ers. Not Adrian Peterson. Ordinary Pete, you are correct. It is Frank Gore. And he's like, 34, 35. That guy's never been fast. He kind of learned how to... Oh, Ordinary Pete actually had it before. I'm sorry. Did I say first last? Ordinary Pete had it first. So Ordinary Pete with 1,000 points on the board. And this is interesting. So they're having Snoop Dogg for the halftime show, and I like Snoop Dogg, but why couldn't we have Metallica at halftime for the Super Bowl when they played in San Francisco? Metallica was there. We got you, Renata. I didn't even look at a lot of that, probably, but... You'd refresh them. Answers were up before the question was asked. Oh, yeah, everybody refresh. Now, I do like some Snoop Dogg, although I better turn my TV down a little bit because that's what they'll catch me for. Is the damn music. They don't care about the rest of it. And future Damon. Do you see Billy, Ordinary Pete? They're in the future. Is Billy there? All right, next question. Everybody should be updated from the last question. Hope you're refreshed. Let's throw another question out there. A good movie. It was about 10 years ago. This boxing movie... Main character played by Russell Crowe in the Depression. It was a movie on former heavyweight champion James Braddock. What was the name of the movie? Russell Crowe played James Braddock in this movie. MMA or nada, there it is. It is Cinderella Man. Man, that's one of my favorite movies. What a good movie that was. Young David had already seen it when he was younger, but I guess they they showed that movie in his history class. As a senior, they watched it last year in history. I thought that was pretty cool when they were talking about the Depression, because his teacher thought that it was that well of an accurate portrayal of the Depression. Refresh though, Damon Stout. If you're within like 5 seconds or somebody, it's going to put you first on yours. When you refresh though, you're going to see the same order as the rest of us. I've had that issue quite a bit. It's one of the issues with live trivia. Jesus, MMA or not a... You know, we could do that. I have just the thing. Now you're not gonna get to hear it unless MMA or not it gets the question, but more trivia, says First Last. All right, we've had some football trivia. We've had MMA. We've had basketball. We've had boxing. All right, real quick, the next one. Let's refresh. Real quick, refresh. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go to the world of baseball. This player played more games in the major leagues consecutively than any player of all time. This player had more consecutive starts than any player in the history of the game. And there was First Last. There you are. It is Cal Ripken Jr. Steroids McGee. Oh, Jesus. Good job, First Last. Sammy Sosa. All right, next question. While we so we don't have to refresh real quick. Back in the early 2000s, speaking of Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa were competing against each other in a home run contest to hit the most home runs of all time. Whose record were they chasing? Who was the home run leader before Mark McGwire broke that record? They made a movie on him not that long ago. I believe it was called 63. Now, McGwire? No, who was McGwire chasing? It was not Babe Ruth. It was not Hank Aaron. I believe this guy passed Babe Ruth, if I'm not mistaken. But they made a movie on him called 63. Or maybe it was 61. Anyways, however many it was. I'm surprised nobody's got it yet. I see Ted Williams, DiMaggio, Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth. Was not Jack. Quick hint, he was a teammate of Mickey Mantle, who was also going for the record. Yeah, Bonds got it later. All right, everybody's had plenty of time to search it by now. I'm going to give it out. It was... Roger Maris. And he was in that movie 61, chasing Roger Maris. I believe I have that name right. Yeah, it's Roger Maris. Okay. Yeah, the fact that you guys didn't know who it was, I was starting to doubt myself. 20 people watching. Thank you, everybody. Everybody hit that like button. Everybody make sure and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to ring that bell so you're notified whenever I drop a new video or go live like tomorrow for the trivia game of all trivia games and the first official show as Mike's Sports Experience. Steelers defense allowed just 100 yards in the first half. Wow. No, they were chasing Maris. That was the movie. Here we go. Hand off to number 30 corner, and he's going to run at 10, 20, 30. They just cannot stop this guy. That was about a 35-yard run from corner. Wow. Yeah, what was that all about, Ordinary Pete? What did I do to you? From about the 25? Damn. All right, third quarter. And Samuels, the running back in number 38, corner, came off limping a little bit. That was a really long play. I think maybe his hamstrings were just burning him after that, and he wanted to take a little bit of a rest. Or possibly some leg cramps there, something. I didn't see anything. Unless he pulled a hamstring, didn't look like anything major on that play. All right, 24, about just a couple yards there. It never says that. It never says that word. What are you talking about? Hamstrings burn after using Blue Chew. Oh, that is great. That is great, MMA or nada. And this broadcast brought to you by Blue Chew. They won't tell on you. If you're having some issues in the bedroom, they won't tell on you. Discretionary doctors. Basically, if you can breathe, they're going to accept you. Blue Chews, get it done. Get it done on the field. Get it done in the bedroom with Blue Chew. Blue Chew. Take your lady for 5 rounds tonight. 24% off your first order with the Fights with Friends code. It is the chewable Viagra. You can just be like chewing it in public and people think you're eating candy, and then all of a sudden, I better stop. I'm trying to go more family friendly. That's the reason for the name change. But wear your Under Armour gear. It's... Oh, jeez. And comedic. I opened myself up to a lot with that sponsor. I may have to rethink that. 1st and 15 here for the Cincinnati Bengals. 19 people watching. Thank you guys very much. Everybody hit that like button if you haven't already. If you're new, make sure and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to ring that bell so you're notified whenever I make a new video or go live like every Tuesday for Tuesday Sports and MMA Trivia. And it's going to be a big trivia game tomorrow. And incompletion there for Pittsburgh. Should use suggestions. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think I might get myself kicked off of YouTube. Steelers second and 15, 12:01 left in the third. Pittsburgh up 10-3. Rudolph back, way back. And he finds number 88, catches the ball behind the back of the defender. Wow, what an incredible reception. Wow, Rudolph puts it where only the receiver can find it. What a throw from Rudolph, and what a catch from number 88, Fournette. Beautiful play here. All right, let's not get too out of control here. 1st and 10 in the third, 11:15. A pitch to Connor, and he is running and running and running all the way to the 2-yard line. James Conner absolutely laying waste to this Cincinnati Bengals defense. What's up, Greg Brimstone in his house? Well, Detroit got shafted on that Chiefs game. What's going on, man? Hey, I'm doing good, man. Hope everybody else is doing good. Chatting myself some fine beer. It's my Friday, no work in the morning, so I got myself an hour nap before the stream. Feeling fresh and clean. Yep, Gress is here. And number 99, Andrew Billings, down. Oh, and he is being helped up here. Oh, he kind of looked like, I don't know what happened there, but it kind of looked like the eyes rolling back inside of his head. He looked a little confused. I'm not sure what's going on there, but he's coming out of the game. Greg says, that's the spirit. All right, let's throw a trivia question out there. Now we got a lot of sports to pick from. So actually, we'll let the Steelers try to score a touchdown here real quick. 1st and goal. Connor, the running back, double running backs, Connors and Samuels in, the tight end Gentry. Just one wide receiver, Washington. So probably looking for a run, a screen pass. Oh, and fakes the run, does Samuels, and runs it in himself. Samuels at quarterback. Touchdown, Pittsburgh Steelers. 16-3, and I'm going to assume that they make the extra point as well. Make it 17. And the Pittsburgh Steelers for 0-3 are looking really good. Either they're looking really good or the Cincinnati Bengals are really bad. And it's probably a combination of both. 10:36 left in the third. Pittsburgh Steelers up on the Cincinnati Bengals 17-3. 1 of 5 wins tonight. I like it so far. I might have to look at Instagram and check it out just to see it, Ordinary Pete. Thank you. Well, maybe I should watch it before I thank you and make sure it's flattering. But, all right, next trivia question. Like I said, we got a lot of sports to choose from now. And we move to the world of swimming. This Olympic diver in I believe it was the 1988 Olympics, back in the 80s, smashed his head on the diving board, knocking himself unconscious. At that point, he had to notify officials that he was HIV positive and caused a huge scare as the pool was covered in blood. Adam from Allen has got it. Luganis. It is Greg Luganis. And somebody said they wanted some screaming, so there you go. Goats screaming. Oh, come on, Damon Stout. Come on. All right, and Adam from Allen got it, though. Adam from Allen, you having a pretty good night? Well, it's the second one from Adam from Allen. A third. You are in the lead. 3,000 points for Adam. Let's run it down real quick. Adam from Allen with 3,000 points. And then a lot of people with 1,000, including First, Last, Seven, Comedic Genius, Ordinary Pete, and MMA or Nada. I'm sorry, First, Last, you have 2,000. The other one's with 1. No problem, MMA or Nada. Nada. All right, Steelers ready to kick off to the Bengals. Pittsburgh Steelers lead this game 17-3, 10 minutes, 36 seconds left in the third quarter. And they're going to kick that out of the back of the end zone. Cincinnati Bengals will take over on the 20-yard line. That seems a bit harsh, Ordinary Pete. Just a bit. And Cincinnati taking over on the 20-yard line here. Dalton back, almost picked off. Targeting John Ross, number 22, Nelson. Breaks it up with the tip on the play there. Second and 10, 10:33 left in the third. Bengals will try to do it again here. Dalton back. Steelers, the pocket collapsing, and that is a sack from 97. That's a loss for about 7 yards. That is Iron Hayward with the sack. Cameron Hayward, he is an absolute animal, and that sack brought to you from Robinhood. Get yourself a sack full of money. Every time you sign up for Robinhood, you get a free stock. It's absolutely free. You have nothing to do, no obligations whatsoever. You get a free stock, I get a free stock. Everybody wins with Robinhood. And Robinhood, you can also now trade cryptocurrencies, and as well as their free service, they now have a $5 a month service with real-time trading on stocks, ETFs, and cryptocurrencies. 4th and 21 for the Cincinnati Bengals. Wow, and the Bengals will have to punt out of their end zone tonight. Seems like almost out of their end zone. Seems like a theme tonight. And that is not a good punt. A bounce just to the 42-yard line. About a 40-yard punt with the bounce. Ouch. And Rudolph will take over. I mean, they are practically within field goal range from the get-go. Sorry, I was AFC. All right, let's throw out another trivia question. Everybody refresh your browsers, and 3, 2, 1. This one's going to be a speed test. This longtime owner of the Oakland Raiders once benched Marcus Allen in the Super Bowl when he was one of the greatest running backs in the game. He passed away about 4 or 5 years ago. And Ordinary Pete, knocking stuff over in there. You are correct. It is Al Davis. Ordinary Pete with another one on the board. Oh, Jesus, Ordinary Pete. You want the screaming too. There you go. All right, shooting fast, Pistol Pete. I like it. Extraordinary Pete gets another one. Pete moving up to 2,000 points. Let's throw another one out there. I don't even think we need to refresh here. Let's throw... what NFL team won the second Super Bowl of all time? What NFL team won Super Bowl number 2? What NFL team won Super Bowl 2? Nobody's got it yet. Again, I doubted myself there, though. I ended up looking it up just to make sure I was correct. And there it is, Damon Stout. Oh, no, Adam from Allen had it first. Is that the first one? The Packers. Whoa, and a reception, number 18. Rudolph to Ross. Another touchdown for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 43-yard touchdown reception. Excuse me, that was Deontay Johnson, number 18. My God. 23-3, and that's going to move to 20. I'm going to move that to 24-3 because I don't see why they would go for 2 unless they just want to be absolute conners. I meant a-holes. Still down, got down. Man, they are lighting the Bengals up tonight for sure. And, I mean, Pittsburgh needed this. And this rookie quarterback, I mean, they're making him look good. And Adam from Allen didn't get the cheer yet. So here you go.
I've done.
Oh, wow. How did that one get in there? I don't even know. Somebody taking over my soundboard. Pete Blast. Dude. Really didn't think my boys was going to win tonight. He said, wow, and Pittsburgh kicks it out of the end zone once again. Jesus, David Staff. I can't really say anything to you. I kind of asked for that. And Dalton back. He's going to hand it off to number 28. Mixon, who's going to run all the way to the 40. About a 22-yard run there. Hand off again to Mixon. He's going to get about 3 or 4 yards there. Yeah, probably not first last. All right, Bengals with the ball here. Steelers up 24-3, 8 minutes and 22 seconds left here in the third quarter. And Mixon running again for another first down. If anything, if you got him on your fantasy team, this is garbage. This is garbage yards. All right, let's throw another trivia question out there. We'll get that out of our taste out of our mouth. All right, refresh. Oh, and Dalton, it's the sack from number 90 again. Watt once again gets it. That's 5 sacks for the Steelers tonight. J.J. Watt. Or T.J. Watt, excuse me, taking out Andy Dalton. Techno, yeah, it's about. And they might run. They're going to run out of play up. That's going to be a penalty on the Bengals not getting the play off in time. All right, let's not get testy, guys. Let's throw another trivia question out there again instead. No music. How do you work at a construction site with no music? I think that might be against the law. You might want to look into that. I think that's got to be against some amendment. That's bull. Andy Dalton back, pocket collapsing. He goes to number 28. Mixon drops the ball, 3rd and 20 for the Cincinnati Bengals, and they are once again looking like what we called them in the 90s, the Bungles, unfortunately. Classic rock or mariachi. That is great. All right, next trivia question. Wow, and Andy Dalton taken back all the way to the 30-yard line. Another sack. Number 79. And this Pittsburgh Steelers defense, I mean, they're looking like the old 70s Iron Curtain here or something. I mean, how bad is this Bengals team? How bad is their offensive line? Wow. Yep, the old steel curtain. All right, trivia question here. This former billionaire NFL owner passed away this year. He built the Experience Music Museum project that held a big concert back in 1999. There it is, Adam from Allen. You are right. It was Paul Allen, also the co-founder of Microsoft. And he did a lot for us here in Seattle. Jesus, Ordinary Pete. Well, I think Ordinary Pete has a split personality. I'll just see him like drop something and then it disappears. Player voluntarily out of bounds on the Bengals. So Brandon Wilson literally going AWOL. Steelers are going to make him re-kick. All right, 14 watching. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button yet, please hit that thumbs up button if you like the show here, even though the Steelers are blowing it out. Next question. This Indianapolis Colts coach is famous during an interview for saying just the word playoffs. He said, playoffs? You want to talk about playoffs? We can't even win a game. Who was the coach? Adam from Allen, you are correct. It was Jim Mora.
What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
All right, good job from Adam from Allen. And the re-kick by the Bengals. Fair catch at the 32-yard line there for number 10. Adam from Allen with 3 in a row here. When it's not MMA trivia, Adam runs away with it. Remember that interview? Yep, I remember that. You play to win the game. Yep. All right, moving to the world of basketball. This former Philadelphia 76er had a meltdown during an interview when he started complaining about going to practice. He was talking about practice. He had been going through a lot of injuries at the time. And he was not happy. He says, you're talking about all this stuff and you guys are talking about practice. I got all these injuries and everything. And there it is. Comedic genius had it first. It is Allen Iverson.
Hey, here's that car we found.
One of the greatest players to never win an NBA championship, by the way, as well.
When you just talk about practice, we sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Not a game. We talking about practice. Just trying to talk about they kept interrupting with practice questions. Well, I didn't remember that. Yes, everybody make sure and hit that subscribe button. Comedic genius. Gets the question. This Steelers offense, who would have thought Mason Rudolph would be 20 for 23 with 2 TDs and absolutely destroying Andy Dalton on the other side. And now Connor, number 30, runs it forward for about 6 yards. He's been absolutely amazing tonight. I got a nephew named after him. First dude I seen break Mike MJ's ankles. Yeah, Allen Iverson was absolutely amazing. Definitely one of my favorite players. That's too good. Our big, oh my God, Damon Stout. Wow, we are. I kind of put this chat in the trash a little bit tonight. I'll take a little bit of the credit, but it's my favorite player till LeBron, says Damon. Comedic. That's enough. You like that word a little too much. Rudolph back from the 30 and throws it to no one. Lou Anarumo, this is his first season as the Bengals defensive coordinator. Might be his last season. I mean, he's looking... This team's just looking absolutely horrible in every facet of the game. Oh, jeez. Barry for the punt here, returning number 12, Alex Erickson. Andy Dalton has been running all night tonight. I mean, he has been getting the beat down. Not a fun situation at all. He needs to get some creativity in his life. Guys, go over to Fiverr if you're trying to figure out something. Your Instagram page. You need somebody to make you an intro for your YouTube channel. A logo, a name, anything like that. They can take care of your YouTube, your Instagram, help you build your Twitter, make a logo for your business, all kinds of different digital services over there at Fiverr. And why are they able to make it so cheap? And you take advantage of the American dollar. Basically, you're going to get a lot of people on there from countries like India, Bangladesh, and other places around the world, and get these services done at a fraction of what it would cost to go to a local graphic designer or somebody like that. But Fiverr, their service, I've been very happy with their service. It's 100% money back guarantee, and you're going to find people digitally that pretty much going to take care of whatever it is you need. Resumes, and 20% off your first order there on Fiverr. Just to say again, because I've been scorned about it, all of the links on this channel, all the advertisers, whenever you use one of these links and all these sponsorships, I do receive monetary benefits in the form of cash or product for all items sold on Fights with Friends and Mike's Sports Experience. So I know you guys all knew that, but legally I am actually required to say that more often than I do. So, next question, all right? Everybody refresh the browsers in 3, 2, 1. Iron Mike Tyson was known to say a lot of crazy things. He was, did a lot of crazy things in the ring, said a lot of crazy things out of the ring. But in this interview, leading up to this fight, he told another boxer that he actually wanted to eat his children. You can't make this stuff up. Iron Mike Tyson was a crazy man back in the day. What fighter was Mike Tyson talking about that he said he wanted to eat his children? He did end up fighting this fighter eventually. In Memphis, Tennessee, of all places. I remember the pay-per-view. I want to say it was 2003. Dalton back, pass over the middle. Completion of number 85, Eifert. It was not Holyfield. Same time era, though, comedic genius. And this fighter fought Holyfield. Was not McNeely. They fought in Memphis, Tennessee. There it is. MMA or nada. You are correct, sir. It was.
Always confusion with Mike Tyson, who's standing by with Jim Gray. Jim?
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Steve. Mike, was that your shortest fight ever?
I bear witness there's only one God, and Muhammad's blessings and peace be upon him as his prophet. I dedicate this fight to my brother, Darabam, who died. I'll be there to see you. I love you with all my heart. All praise be to my children. I love you. Oh God, man, what?
Is this your shortest fight ever? In any time, amateur, professional, ever?
Assalamu alaikum, Maida. I don't know, man. Yeah, Lennox Lewis. Lennox, I'm coming for you.
Mike, is it frustrating to train like you did and then have this in 7 or 8
train
seconds?
for this fight. I only trained probably 2 weeks or 3 weeks for this fight. I had to bury my best friend, and I dedicated this fight. I wasn't going to fight. I dedicated this fight to him. I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lennox is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
Are you saying?
Well, that was quite the interview from Iron Mike back in the day. Y'all can hate on the King LeBron, but dude is a great... He's pretty good. Refresh your browser first. MMA or not, I had you on this one. It was very close. But that one was MMA or nada. All right, and Steelers just steamrolling the Cincinnati Bengals tonight. And speaking of steamrollers, our poll today, most of you have Robert Whittaker steamrolling Israel Adesanya. Last time I had checked, if you haven't voted on it yet, the poll is up on the channel. Go to the community tab. 111 of you have voted. Just 16% of you said that Adesanya would win by finish. 6% have Adesanya by decision. 26% say Whittaker by decision. A whopping 43% of you said Whittaker by finish, and 8% of you said no contest after an eye poke. The crowd riots. We hope not. Got Rob getting a decision, 5 hard rounds. That's what I see. I just don't think Adesanya is going to be strong enough. If Yoel Romero couldn't knock out Robert Whittaker, I don't see Adesanya doing it. My biggest question, and I know I've talked about this before, but is how healthy is Robert Whittaker going to come in? Is he going to be 100%? At 100%, I have Whittaker probably 7 out of 10 times. Needed Dwayne Wayne, but whatever. All right. Anyone's getting knocked out, it's Adesanya. Well, remember Michael Jordan had Scottie Pippen back in the day. I mean, everybody's got somebody behind him. And then you had old John Paxson that would score about 30 points during the season and then just bury everybody with 3 points. Nobody even knew who the guy was, and the playoffs would come, and Michael Jordan would fake everybody out, pass it out to a wide open John Paxson, and he would hit that 3-pointer and win games. Whittaker's not even 30 and has already been through hell in the UFC. To have to fight Yoel Romero twice for 10 rounds, and that's got to take years off your life. Well, he had Rodman later. He didn't have Rodman through most of his career, but point taken. During the year where they broke the record for most wins. Keith Butler, 5th season of the Steelers, defensive coordinator, and I would keep him around for a lot longer. This defense is looking absolutely incredible. I mean, if you can bring T.J. Watts and Ironhead Hayward to the same team, you're pretty much worth it right there. And Dalton back. Overthrows the receiver. There's going to be a flag on the play. It looks like a pass interference, but this is looking like elementary at this point 14 minutes and 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pittsburgh Steelers up 24-3 on the Cincinnati Bengals. An absolute rout here on Monday Night Football. That pass interference is going to be at number 22 of the Steelers, Steve Nelson. Yep, Steve Kerr. He did not score a lot of points during the regular season either. But yeah, then he would just bury you with those 3-pointers. It was crazy. Dalton back. Looking like he's going to air it up. Goes short. Not even to the line of scrimmage. Come on, Dalton. 90s Bulls. That's what steroids would look like if it was a person. Yeah, that team was crazy. That team was absolutely crazy. All right, let's throw another trivia question out there. 3, 2, 1. Back in the 90s, this Golden State Warrior, I believe it was a Warrior, got suspended for the remainder of the season after physically choking his coach, putting his hands around the neck of his coach and choking him out to the point where players had to pull him off of the coach. First last, you are correct. It is Latrell Sprewell. Yeah, Rodman had some crazy defense and crazy rebounding. My God. That guy was fun to watch. I don't ever remember Sprewell with the Trailblazers. Did he end up there like towards the... I don't think Latrell Sprewell was ever with the Portland Trailblazers, but... But Adam from Allen once again, and let's count them up. You got Adam from Allen with 6,000 points tonight. First last with 3,000. Ordinary Pete and MMA or Nada tied with 2,000, but Adam from Allen gets it. Nobody's going to catch him. 6,000 points on the night. Good job, Allen. Allen runs away with the rout. And guys, like I said, this game is an absolute blowout. I'm going to go ahead and call this one. But looking forward to UFC 243. Diversify your bonds. All right, that was random. 3 more questions, I will catch him. Tomorrow night, you can catch him. I got to save something for tomorrow night. It's fourth quarter. Oh, I have it third quarter. It is fourth quarter, though. It is basically a final. All right, we'll see if the Cincinnati Bengals can score a touchdown real quick. They're second and goal on the 12. Mixon gets about 3 yards here. We'll see. Can the Cincinnati Bengals score? I don't think they can. Third and goal. Wu-Tang on Chappelle. 11:35 left in the fourth quarter. Steelers up 24-3. Third and goal for the Cincinnati Bengals here on Monday Night Football. The last ever stream technically as Fights with Friends. Tomorrow it changes over to Mike's Sports Experience. Dalton back, throws it up in the air. Incomplete, 4th and goal. We'll see if the Bengals go for it on 4th down. But Whitaker digging deep, to beat Stylebender in 5-round war. Yeah, I'm sorry if Kelvin Gastelum gave Adesanya that much trouble. I can just imagine what a healthy Whitaker's going to do to him. And like I say healthy. I'm not building in an excuse for Whitaker if he loses. What's up, Rob Iman in the house? Bengals could be in the hunt for Justin Herbert. Oh, they could be in the hunt for 0-16 at this point. Do they play the Dolphins this year? Give me the schedule of the Cincinnati Bengals. All right, Bengals are at the Cardinals next week. They'll lose. Then the Ravens, they'll lose. Jaguars, Rams, Ravens again, they'll lose. Raiders, they play the Dolphins on week 15, December 22nd. Mark that on your calendars or don't. The Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals could be playing each other literally to not go 0-16. And Dalton throws an interception in the end zone. 11:02 in the 4th quarter. Steelers will take over on down. Interception in the end zone. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, we're going to call this one a wrap. And let's look forward to Adesanya versus Whitaker. And like I said, big MMA trivia tomorrow for the first episode under Mike's Sports Experience. That's the new channel. What's up, Haterade9? Well, Win, we're not going 0-16. Haterade9, I'm glad you're in here. You need to email me your address, your email address. Or excuse me, give me your email address. Email Mike fightswithfriends@gmail.com. Just email me at fightswithfriends@gmail.com. And on here, let me know something that's in your email so I know it's you. Don't give everybody your full email, but just give me something in it. It would be so Raiders to lose to the Bengals. Well, first, last, we are still going to call all the Fightcast Fights with Friends. I don't care what YouTube says. And we still got the merch. Basically, I think that's going to continue to be the merch, is the Fights with Friends merch. Because I don't really have a good idea. Well, we'll see. We'll see what else people can come up with. But Haterade9, you got an email address? I guess not. Yeah, I'm sure they'll like that in the comments first, last. At least you didn't use the whole word, though. All right, guys, thanks again. I will see you tomorrow. As always, I love you. I respect you. And I'll see your fine asses tomorrow on Mike's Sports Experience.